But downtown Dallas wasn't the place to go. We got some scary looks that day, didn't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we changed it straight back to black.
Yeah.
Now this is one, easy one. It's on the table. A half-finished pint.
Yeah, that's about right.
Anyone who has ever known or gone out with a drink with Rory has probably experienced the frustration of waiting for Rory to drink up and move on.
I'm a slow drinker.
He's left behind more pints than he's ever drunk. Okay. Rory, you gonna love this one? A compass sack.
God,
Okay. Everyone see that? A compost sack?
Not growing marijuana,
Okay.
is it?
In a classic Timothy night out with all our friends, Rory was stitched up in a game of strip poker. To cut a long story short, he ended up outside without any clothes on and grabbed the nearest thing he could, a compass sack. There's photos later on.
To be fair, I don't think it was poker. I think you just grabbed me and stripped me naked.
But there were girls there. This sounds a bit wrong at the moment.
Eventually, someone took pity on Rory and handed out a mini dress and a pair of knickers, which he wore and dutifully took home to be washed. And I'm told that Angie didn't actually question it when it was in the wash basket.
Touche.
Brilliant.
Okay, next one's a little surfboard. Still in its wrapper, of course.
Oh yeah,
Rory's an ambitious guy with lots of hobbies that he plans to do one day. He's full of good intentions, and he had a surfboard propped up in his bedroom for many years, which looked good until you look closely and the cellophane still hadn't been removed. Just looking for the legs.
So that.
yeah.
A hairdryer.
Yeah.
A hairdryer. When it's cold, most people put a jumper on or turn up the heating. But Rory can be found with a deep fat
Deep fat
with a hairdryer. He can be found sitting with a hairdryer on him just to warm himself up.
every night.
Every night.
I love it.
Okay.
Or in front of the tumbler dryer when he was a baby. He'd sit in front of the tumbler dryer.
Yeah, okay.
Nice little bikini for Rory. And a lovely curly brown wig.
Is that the wig and bikini?
That is the wig.
Awesome.
This is to do with Prague, obviously. We had a great stag do in Prague. Rory was a good sport. So gentlemanly that he even asked the stripper to stop while he was being sick.
I had slightly too much to drink. It was the polite thing to do. It was, I knew.
Now, we all just about survived the Segway Segway tour.
Sea-Wag?
Or Sea-Wag, or Sedgway, was it Ryan? Didn't quite get the pronunciation of that one, did we? And Ryan did his best to annihilate some of us, and Chris nearly took out some of the shops and the car
Yeah, I
nearly.
did my best.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Lads, we will never forget the words fresh and try before you buy. Only us probably get that.
Yeah. Stag
Leave it at
that, guys.
The men looked good as James Bond, and Rory was an exceptional Bond girl. In a bikini, and I'd like to return this wig, as I reckon you can get some more use out of it yet.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
You want to put it on, do you? Good? Good? Nice?
You don't know where that's been, mate. Honestly, you don't know where it's been.
Your hands up like that, go, ah!
He wore it all around Prague. He was a good man.
I would put that on.
No.
Don't really do that, dear.
And finally, our 1976 coachman. Rory and I hired one of these when we were in America. I couldn't stand here today without being with Rory's best man, without mentioning our road trip around America. It became our home for 6 months. Smelly but reliable. Actually, not even reliable.
No.
just smelly, but that's another story.
It was the engine, Brendan. It was the
It was
engine.
the engine, of course it was, yeah. Now, I've watched a 10-hour footage of it recently. 5 hours of which is just looking out the front windscreen with either one of us looking out the road. And I could count, I've lost count of the amount of times that it used to run out, failing us on brakes, lights, engine, you name it, in some very dodgy areas.
Very dodgy, yeah.
Very dodgy areas. We've frozen the Rockies, cursing how cold the van was. With every gas hob on, both
The oven and all the
all the oven, all the clothes in our wardrobes, only to discover they had central heating in the van, which was hidden underneath the seats when we
For 6 months.
for 6 months we were freezing.
With snow.
And when we got back to sunny Florida, somebody pointed out that the central heating's will do it. Why didn't you use it? You know.
Unbelievable.
So,
Never.
we survived on tins of beef stew, natural iced beer, vodka and orange, and Pringles. We played endless games of Ludo, and we once even did a puzzle. We had several encounters with the police, actually. On one occasion, a robber decided to use our van as a hideout, whilst we were still in the back, and we then found ourselves surrounded by the police. This robber that just done a hotel across the road.
Oh, it was awful.
Now, Rory was only 20 when we went out to America, but he could only drink in Louisiana. When he turned 21 in March, we partied in Vegas.